class. Today we are here to do a focus group on your rubric that you created in class. Your rubric is the yellow sheet. I will give each group, we have 4 groups here today. You will do the rubric on another group's, which you've already been assigned, their video that they did with the iPod Touch. The atmosphere of a focus group is one that is open and natural. So there are 2 things that I really want you to look at today. One is that these are all open-ended questions, and I want you to look at your rubric that you created and designed, and I also want you to critique the video, but also look at the rubric. Is there something that you want to change in the rubric? This is the first time that you've used the rubric against a video, and there may be some things that you want to change. We will be doing 3 focus groups to make sure that we get the final rubric for your final project that you will be doing for me. Okay? Susan Scott Brozick from After School Buddy Inc. will have her own rubric that will explain to you what her requirements are for you to be able to put video on her website. Okay, this is a closed group site that I developed on Facebook, and within Facebook the students upload all of their videos, comments, and what I did was to make sure that there is the video tutorial for the iPod Touch. So all students have to do is click onto the user's guide, and it will bring up the iPod Touch user's guide, which goes through and talks about the iPod, the overview of the iPod, viewing and setting up of the iPod Touch, restarting, resetting, syncing, file sharing, music and videos, FaceTime, camera, photos, and Game Center. So this is very useful and very helpful for the students because if they have a question, they can go to the iPod Touch User's Guide and be able to answer those questions. Now we have been very successful also in having students post questions on the site where myself or University Park will, who also is monitoring the site, will go on and answer students' questions. So everything is happening in real time so the students don't lose any of the educational value that we're trying to do with using the iPod Touch, so that they can do real news really be a street reporter and do real news in a real time frame. The first step that the students take is after they're done with their video and they're ready to upload, they upload it to YouTube first. And then they load it and upload it to Facebook. So this is just some students just having some fun. But I just wanted to show you an example of how the students first upload it to a site called Dr. Brownable, all one word, and you can go to it yourself and see all of the videos. And then the students then take the URL and put it on Facebook, and then Facebook uploads it, and we have it on our closed. Now, this is a closed site that we are using on Facebook, not open to the public.
Right now we're looking at a class-made rubric for an iPod Touch project, and I need everybody to go to the video that we looked at and we use a class rubric for the iPod Touch production. It can be found on YouTube.
Let's see, I would rather watch Pretty Little Liars, SpongeBob, Phineas and Ferb, What is the Waverly Place, Good Luck Charlie,
Batman, The Brave and the Bold, Jersey Shore, Justice League, The Crisis on Two Earths, Sweet Life on Deck, and Ridiculousness.
It was named for the Baron because he did not like how the media was being controlled by organizations. It's the rich were controlling the media at the time, and he decided that he wanted to take some of his money and create a prize that would get reporters to get down and dirty and get gritty and find out the truth in media, and so he decided to go ahead and establish the organization.
I think that there's definitely an argument to say that all journalism is biased. I don't think that you can free yourself from certain biases that you have. I mean, if you look at the front page of two newspapers on any given day, you're going to obviously see that one of them is very much about, you can see that one of them's going to take a more liberal view and one of them's going to take a more conservative view. I think that it's not necessarily in the words, but even in the arranging of photos and stuff like that, in the size of a headline or the way it's written, you can definitely tell a bias in everything. But I think that those little nuances in phrasing and in placement don't matter as much as long as a person's able to convey the facts of the story correctly and convey both sides of it. Then I think that's the closest you can get to unbiased journalism, and I think it's completely appropriate.
Okay. Because people are just using TiVo to fast forward commercials, I think the best way for companies to reach their destined viewers is to have product integration in TV shows itself, because people won't fast forward that, and that's something they'll watch no matter what.
Alright, the Social Security Administration gives monthly checks. If I wasn't going to get a monthly check for money and was going to get a coupon instead for Denny's and a salad once a month, that'd be ridiculous.
Hello, thank you for taking out your time to watch the video with us to focus on. We focused on a rubric of artistry, technique, and suitability. I'll start with artistry. We found that the 2/3 rule was a very good way that they showed in their video. We liked how everybody was angled. We liked how the camera was steady and focused, and the clarity on it was very good. We gave them a very good score for that one. For the technique, we gave them a veteran score. Because the transitions worked really, really well. And we liked how the color, the sound, we liked how everybody took their time and talked and made it very clear to the audience to understand what they were saying. And the questions were very clear.
We evaluated group number one, and we thought they did a very good job. We believed that there were a couple people that we saw in the backgrounds and such, but even given that, we thought that they had done a really good job. They had good sound effects, they had very good transitions, and some really great visuals. So all in all, we thought that they did very good using the rubric.
I guess the only thing that we could really change to the rubric would be just redefining a couple more things to what really classifies, expert filming with an iPod Touch as an outside interviewer, or maybe the categories can be looked at and redefined a little bit more, because we thought the group did a great job, and there was just a couple things on there that could be addressed.
Overall, our group came to the conclusion that this production had a lot of useful tools used by the iPod Touch and COMM 409 class. We first looked at their technique. There was a lot of fitting angles. The Ken Burns effect came into play. Very clear video, clear audio. Then we took a look at the suitability of it. It was submitted on time. Everything went smoothly on this. And then we had a little bit of trouble with looking at artistry because, first of all, we noticed that there weren't any credits or attribution, and if we went by this performance rubric, we would have to give them a 5. But we chose that we kind of critiqued this rubric overall, and we decided to overall give them a 12 because there was a little bit of shaky filming. If I had to make one suggestion for the rubric, it goes from stable filming on 15 straight to shaky filming on 10. We felt that maybe the rubric could use a little bit of tweaking, and maybe the video, obviously it needs credits and attribution, but considering this is our second project, it's probably unfair to give them any lower than that score.
We will look again, the leaders of your groups will look again at the rubric and make some of the changes that you have suggested on the point scale system, and then to look at the wording to make sure that the wording is consistent throughout the entire document. And then we'll do another film, and we'll see how the rubric lays over your video, how it's used as a template for your video. So give yourselves a big round of applause, and thank you very much.